On November 9, 1989, the dividing line between East and West Berlin, the tangible embodiment of the Cold War's Iron Curtain, was dramatically dismantled. This momentous event symbolized the impending demise of the Soviet Union, marking the conclusion of a fraught era in global history that had persisted since the close of World War II. But imagine a scenario where the wall never crumbled. Frederick Taylor, a historian specializing in contemporary German history, has penned a comprehensive account of the wall's inception, expansion, and the stringent border controls over its nearly three-decade existence. Here, he delves into a hypothetical narrative of the repercussions had the wall persisted. Question: how different would the landscape be if the Berlin Wall remained intact? In essence, it might have mirrored a scenario akin to present-day North Korea. The survival of the wall would have necessitated extreme suppression. To prevent its fall, we would have seen a different dynamic in the Eastern Bloc during the 1980s. Reforms, especially those under Gorbachev, would have been halted, implying a perpetuation of the Cold War. Question: is it conceivable for the Berlin Wall to still stand today, with East Germany as an independent nation? While challenging to envision, hypothetically, with enough clampdown on dissent, it might have been possible. The Berlin Wall's collapse had multifaceted reasons. At its core, the East German economic system was flawed. The state grappled with a scarcity of natural resources and rampant inefficiency. By the late 20th century, the Soviets ceased offering affordable oil to East Germany, exacerbating their economic woes. Photographs from the 1960s to 1980s reveal East German markets' stark contrast. While they projected a facade of prosperity, in reality, choices were limited to basic commodities like turnips. Moreover, the 1970s saw East Germany becoming financially reliant on loans from West Germany. The Helsinki Accords, which the East agreed to, albeit with skepticism, also played a role. They found it challenging to deliver the liberties they had committed to in the Accords. Yet, they sought the prestige associated with appearing progressive and pro-freedom, without truly bearing the consequences. As time went on, courageous individuals in East Germany started to insist on the freedoms promised by the Helsinki Accords. Without a severe crackdown, transforming the regime back to a Stalinist one, the communist rule's continuation seems unlikely. Question: had they declared an emergency state, how might the wall's structure have changed? Interestingly, the East Germans showcased proficiency in elementary electronics. They had a knack for replicating Western electronic devices at a lower cost. They envisioned a state of the Art Berlin Wall. Entering the 1990s and beyond, this wall would be equipped with advanced alarms, eliminating the need for armed patrols. It would essentially be a massive electronic monitoring system. That said, it's doubtful they had the economic or organizational means to realize this vision. Question: should this technologically advanced Berlin Wall have been realized, how long could East Germany have sustained itself? Perhaps just a few years beyond 1989. The considerable resources required to maintain such an advanced wall would probably hasten their downfall, likely by around 1995. Question: would West Germany have seen any advantages from East Germany's persistence? West Germany might have found some advantages in maintaining East Germany, mainly due to access to affordable labor. Since the 1960s, East Germany served as a hub where Western businesses could get tasks done at a lower cost. I recall when I resided in West Germany, there was a service offering 24-hour film processing. Interestingly, these films would be sent across the border to East Germany for development and then returned. This practice was common in the textile industry and other sectors too. So, envisioning an East Germany with its technologically advanced Berlin Wall still in place, I perceive it morphing into a sort of economic satellite of West Germany. This version of East Germany might have reinstated a Stalinist system to ensure compliance. Moreover, the lucrative business of trading political prisoners with the West could have persisted. There were even whispers suggesting they detained individuals merely to generate revenue through these trades. Question assuming the Berlin Wall did fall in 1989, but a significant portion of East Germans wanted to sustain their distinct state, could that be a plausible scenario? While a handful of visionaries at that time were indeed keen on exploring a unique alternative, perhaps a kind of liberal, socialist model, the underlying motive for East Germany's potential continuation would predominantly be economic. The reality of unification, when it transpired, was an economic jolt. Suddenly, uncompetitive businesses from East Germany were exposed to intense competition from the West. This was compounded by opportunistic investors from the West who swarmed into areas like East Berlin, seeking profits. A gradual transition period, perhaps through an economic arrangement or a loose political alliance before complete unification, might have cushioned the impact. The sudden change was detrimental for many in East Germany, given its lack of competitiveness. Yet, Western Germany had already been financially supporting the East even before the wall's fall. Naturally, when you're covering someone's expenses, you'd expect some influence in return. Thus, while reunification emerged as the most logical economic strategy, introducing an interim dual system, allowing the East to acclimatize to new economic realities, could have been beneficial.